Have you heard the story of the saddest killer whale in the world? His name was Tilikum. After living 2 years with his family in the wide ocean, the North Atlantic, killer whale Tilikum got taken from his family. Tilikum never knew what he was going to live through.
I lost it. I mean, I started crying. I didn't stop working, but just like kidnapping a little kid away from her mother.
After getting catched, he was brought to Sealand of the Pacific. He stayed there with another older whale named Keiko. They both had to perform their show, and if untrained Tilikum did something wrong, neither whale would get food. Most of the time there, Tilikum and Keiko were kept in a small metal cage locked in for the night because SeaWorld was afraid that people might cut the net open and let the whales escape.
And knowing that he's locked in there for the whole night is like, it's a staff.
Probably led to what I think is a psychosis.
After 8 years of captivity, in 1991, Tilikum was involved in the death of a trainer.
She lost her balance and fell in, and the whale zoomed over, grabbed her boot, pulled her under. And my sister remembers her saying, "I don't want to die."
The park closed, and Tilikum ended up in SeaWorld Orlando in Florida, USA. Life got tougher for Tilikum, and the story got darker. During the time Tilikum was staying at SeaWorld Orlando, he bred many baby whales. But all his babies were taken away from him, causing enormous mental issues for Tilikum.
They were inseparable. When they separated Kasaka and Takara, it was to take Takara to Florida. Kasaka continued to make vocals that had never been heard before. They were long-range vocals. She was trying something that no one had even heard before, looking for Takara. That's heartbreaking. How can anyone look at that and think that that is morally acceptable?
While staying at SeaWorld, many cruel accidents happened.
She knew she was going to die.
+70, maybe even more, just killer whale trainer accidents.
In 1999, a man who stayed in the park after it closed was found dead in Tilikum's tank in the morning.
I find it hard to believe that nobody knew until the morning that there was a body in there.
People found bite marks all over his body. In 2010, Don Brancho, a well-known trainer at SeaWorld Orlando, drowned after being pulled under the water by Tilikum.
When you see the difference between the beginning of the video and the end of the video, you can see that he's just not quite on his game anymore.
There was no food left. She kept asking him for more and more behaviors. He probably was frustrated towards the end. Tilikum at some point grabbed a hold of her left forearm and started to drag her and eventually did a barrel roll and pulled her in. In the end, he basically just completely mutilated that poor girl.
We have not learned a damn thing for something like that to happen 20 years apart.
3 hours now, and he hasn't moved.
There's something wrong, with Tilikum.
In January 2017, SeaWorld Orlando reported Tilikum's death. Tilikum started his life with his family in the North Atlantic, lived 34 years in small water pools, and then also died in captivity. He never saw his family or the Atlantic ever again. To this day, over 50 orcas and more than 3,600 other whales and dolphins remain in captivity, even though they belong in the wild. What you can learn from this video is to never visit zoos or dolphinariums where animals like orcas are kept in cages. People might have a nice day, but the animals suffer. Tilikum's story is a tragic example, and we should learn from it.